Hello and welcome to another New World video. This video is a dye guide and farming route for blue pigment, which is located in Restless Shore. We will review all things dye, as well as what is the best routes to gather these blue pigment. Please also keep in mind that anytime you need to jump around in this video, there are timestamps below. So without further ado, let's jump right into this color pigment farming guide. What are dyes used for? Dyes are a color variant for your armor. They make your armor look very interesting. Now, one thing to note is dyes do not apply to skins from the store. Dyes only work on the original armor piece. Hopefully this will change down the road. However, there are 4 different slots for coloring your armor. These options are primary, secondary, accent, and tint. How do you make a dye? In New World, the dye crafting system is located in the kitchen. So once you've made your way to a hamlet, go to the kitchen, open up the menu, and scroll down until you reach the dyes. There are 3 things to consider before crafting. The first being, what is the tier of the kitchen? The second is, what is your cooking level? And the third is, do you have the required resources? These factors determine what dyes you can create. Now, as you probably noticed, it takes more than one type of pigment to make a specific colored dye. Now, if you have the required materials, go ahead and craft yourself some dye. How to equip a dye? So now you know what dyes are used for and how to make a dye. So finally, how do we equip these dyes? Well, first, open up your inventory and then select the gear piece you would like to dye by clicking on it and then going down and selecting dye. This will open up the dye equipment armor menu. Now, what you'll notice is the 4 different slots we talked about earlier. They correspond to the various gear piece that you can dye. Now, not all gear pieces can be dyed, and not all of them have slots available, all 4 slots. So, what I recommend is go ahead and click the drop down, select the color, and what it will do is give you a preview. That way you can play around, have some fun, create some new combos. And before we jump into the route, the last thing I want to say is have some fun, be creative. Come up with some new styles and color combinations, and of course, post below what you're running and maybe help the community try some new fresh looks and setups. Alright, let's get into the route. So, taking a look at the map here, we're going to start at Restless Shore Village. Follow the path I've outlined with the blue arrows. This is a mid-level zone and a few of the pigments can be dangerous. Now I assure you that if you follow this route, in no time, you will be on your way to farming blue pigment. Alright, and here we are at Blue Prisma Bloom node number 1. Here we are at the second node. So here we are at the 3rd, 4th, and 5th Prisma Bloom node spawn. Had a little treat for you. There's actually 3 right here. So go ahead and collect these and carry on. Okay, so depending on how much time you have for this farm, I would consider maybe actually this being the last one on this route. However, if you're looking to gain as many blue pigments as possible, carry on. And after a nice long walk, here we are at the next blue Prisma Bloom node. And I actually got a surprise visit from Turkulon. Go ahead and collect this node and carry on. Nicely done. Go ahead and collect this Prisma Bloom node and carry on to the last 4. Go ahead and collect this Prisma Bloom node under the waterfall and continue on to the final 3 blue Prisma Blooms. So you might have to take a few hits to get to this one, but just run past all of the enemies and you will find yourself at the next node. Okay, so this one can be kind of tricky. If you follow the exact way that I ran up to this, go ahead and crouch, hold control or whatever your sneak key is, and sneak right up to this Prisma Bloom. Now, if you didn't, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and aggro these mobs, show you that you can run, jump up on the ship, and when they're retreating, hop down. They should not be aggroed on you. Crouch, do whatever you need to sneak, grab that Prisma Bloom, and ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to yet another farming route. This one was for blue pigment in Restless Shore. If you enjoyed today's video, please consider dropping a like. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so you receive all of the upcoming videos. And as always, I enjoyed making this one. They do take quite a bit of time, but it is absolutely super fun. So, as always, I will see you very soon.